Hello, how are you? Okay, so today I'm asking, are you are you ready to call it a day? Yeah, so this is a thing, isn't it? So today I'm talking about time management, more importantly, time fatigue. So time is quite a practical thing. It's weird because we can't actually see it, can we? I mean, we see it on a clock face, but time itself kind of sits around us, doesn't it? But it can also put an awful lot of pressure on us to yeah, to deliver, to perform, to fit things in. And a lot of the pressure, yeah, it comes from inside. It's an internal thing that if we don't deal with it, if we don't handle it well, can lead very, very quickly to time fatigue and also to overwhelm. I'd say to my clients, overwhelm. Okay, so you're lucky if you're in overwhelm, because that's the warning sign. That's the warning sign you need to top up, and you need to top up on your joy. So this is the thing, isn't it? So often clients will say to me, I haven't got enough time, can't do anything properly. I feel overwhelmed by my workload, and they're constantly judging themselves as failures. The truth is, there's never enough time. When you work for yourself, when you've got a family, when you have things that you want to do for yourself, yeah, so 24 hours in a day, some days it's just not enough, is it? And other days it seems like an eternity. So this is the thing, when we work for ourselves, more importantly when we work from home, setting those time boundaries can be a struggle. So one of the things I will say to my clients straight off the bat is set yourself working hours. Gosh, what I wish I'd done that right at the start of my business. Yeah, so if you've got a if your business is to is taking play, replacing, say, a part-time job or even a full-time job, yeah, you can fit it in the same hours, and giving yourself a time at the end of the day to finish, obviously taking breaks as well, is something that we need to be doing. So getting your head around time and making it tangible so that we can give tasks our full attention, because what I often see with clients is this need to power through, to keep going, to they put pressure on themselves, working 9, 10, 11, 12-hour days. I will fully admit it was nothing for me to work a 17-hour day some days, in the height of my struggles. Yeah, so this is the thing. When I leveled up my business, yeah, do you know the thing that changed was I worked less. We hear people say it, don't we? Yeah, less is more, work smarter, not harder. I mean, what does that even mean when you're in the middle of struggle, where you're trying to cope with a family and run a business, if you're not earning the money you want to earn, if social media is just doing your head in? What does that even mean? Work smarter, not harder, because we know how to work hard. That's the thing. Yeah, so this is the thing. By being able to to make time tangible, what we end up doing, that's how we work smarter, is by using our time more resourcefully. And the struggle comes from an emotion. So our core driver behaviors are pushing us. We're overdoing the productivity, the delivering, the completing. Our core values are crying out, we need to do more, we need to serve our clients. Yeah, okay, so this is the thing, that is all comes from an emotion. So an emotional problem, and I've said this many times, requires a logical solution. And that's why coaching works, because I'm the voice of reason for my clients when they're in the middle of an emotional moment. I am the voice of reason. Yeah, it's not so easy when it's me. I had that conversation today as well. Yeah, so it's easy for me to sit here and go, well, this is what you could be doing. Have you tried this? Yeah, when it's you, yeah, it becomes a lot harder. But this is the thing. This is why mindset tools work, because they help you to apply logic. So the logical solution to time fatigue is to put boundaries around time and to make sure that your time is not leaking out of those boundaries. So if we set a boundary around time, but then we start to say things like, oh, but I could do this, or I should be doing this. Yeah, that's your time leaking. Sometimes we need to make choices. We need to show up and really prioritize what needs to be done. Particularly when other things happen in our lives, because it's often our private life that kind of then triggers a problem in our business. So if our attention needs to be somewhere else, then we can put a lot of pressure on ourselves about that. So by putting boundaries around your time, setting working hours, that's the thing. That's a really quick and easy way. And it can, and it doesn't have to be forever. It can be a way to manage your time long term, but also it could also be a great way to manage time through the holidays. But also when life is busy and life is putting pressure on you as well. So having visibility on time gives you the tools so that you can use it well. You're able to focus and prioritize, and it no longer contributes to your overwhelm, because the overwhelm is caused by the emotion and the judgment that we put on ourselves. So what behaviors do you apply around managing time? What helps you to focus? So I met with a client today who was in probably one of the deepest overwhelms I've seen for a while. Okay, so she got a lot going on. She's got an awful lot going on. And she said, I'm not moving forward. I'm not moving forward. I said, okay, so what does moving forward look like? What does it sound like to you right now? In order to move forward, what do you need to do? And she sat and she thought for a moment and she said, well, the first thing I need to do is step back, isn't it? How incredible is that? I love it when my clients come up with crazy stuff like that. So I'm going to pinch that. Yeah, so to move forward, sometimes you need to step back. We need to give ourselves a break. You need to give yourself some time and some clarity on what is actually happening. So remembering what you already know. Yeah, so she was already applying really, really effective behaviours in other areas of her life to deal with the stress that was happening. With, she's had got a lot going on, but she wasn't applying those same strategies, those solution-focused, pragmatic strategies. She was forgetting to do it in her business, because her business was just for her. It's her thing. And yeah, we've got a default, haven't we? We've got a blind spot when it comes to prioritizing ourselves. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, fascinating, but crazy. Okay, so remember what you already know. Where are you already prioritizing time well? Where have you already got a boundary that's working for you? Mirror it, do it in your business. And remember that stepping back is absolutely the antidote to overwhelm. When I started to step back in my business, oh my goodness, did things change? My energy, my enthusiasm, my interest, and my income. Okay, so this is the thing, isn't it? So what are you putting, where are you putting unnecessary pressure on yourself to get it done? I used to beat myself up so badly. Keep going. All right, yeah, doesn't work. It doesn't work. So having those boundaries, working set hours, it relieves the pressure, it reduces the overwhelm, and it helps us to be way more productive. Because I can tell you now, when I was working a 17-hour day, I'm going to say this, the level, how well, obviously I wasn't coaching clients for 17 hours a day, but even like I'd be creating materials or writing social media posts, and then I'd get up the next morning and go, well, that was a pile of shit. What was I doing that for? It's because I was powering through. You can be far more effective and far more productive and do far better work actually when you put a boundary around that time. So decide on the tasks that require your full attention. Decide if it can be done in one go, if it needs to be broken down, splitting stuff up, doing it in stages, allocate an amount of time to that task and write it down next to the task. So if you're triaging, make time tangible. Don't let time decide for you how long something's going to take. You decide how long it's going to take. Okay, and if you've got several tasks and this is something that is coming up for you a lot, then just keep repeating it. Okay, make time tangible. And if you're in overwhelm, what you absolutely need to do is start writing things down. Okay, forget apps, forget digital, forget phones, all that kind of stuff. Your head in overwhelm, your brain is saying, I cannot take on anything new. All right, so what you need to do is start getting stuff out of your head, and that means a really, really simple process of getting a pen and a piece of paper, sitting and writing a bit of a list. Okay, that is what the first thing I would ever say to one of my clients in overwhelm. Okay, sit, breathe, write a list. Okay. So plan tasks or activities into your day depending on how big it is. Write yourself a permission slip that says you give yourself full permission to focus on one thing at a time. How often do you sit there doing one thing thinking, oh my God, I should be doing something else. Oh, I've still got to do this. I've still got to do that. That's leakage. That's when you know your boundaries around time are leaking, when you can't focus. Okay, so strengthen that boundary. Give yourself permission. I've written myself permission slips. Thank you, Brené Brown. And I actually put them on my desk sometimes. And you usually involve a swear word or two just to really remind me of how important it is to give myself permission, okay, to focus and look after myself. I do far better work when I look after myself, because this is the thing. You are your business. Your business is not designed to break you. Your business is your choice. So make good choices. Okay, that's me done for today. If you need some help, if you need some logic, direct message me. Of course, I'll be more than happy to chat with you. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments, and do check out the bio for my workbooks as well, because they're a really, really easy, simple tool that can help you to really kick logic back in. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, go check out the workbook. I promise it's going to help. Have a super, super day. I will see you soon.